Hi, you guys. Welcome to or back to my channel. My name is Crystal Bay, and today we have a little spicy topic. I'm gonna be talking to you, as big sis. We're gonna be talking about sex. All right. I know, everybody take a deep breath. Let it out. It's gonna be a little awkward, maybe, but I just want to inform you, my audience is, that teen age where you're getting curious. So big sis is going to talk to you about a little some things. Nothing too crazy, but we are going to jump into it. But before we jump into it, I want to remind you to subscribe to my channel. I have been looking at the numbers, and apparently a lot of people that watch my channel aren't subscribed. Why is that? Subscribe, baby, and hit the like button and comment and interact, because I would love to grow this channel with you. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. All right, talking about sex. I feel like a lot of people don't even say the word sex anymore. It's like segs, or like the SEGGS, or like whatever they say on TikTok or whatever. But I'm just gonna try to like demystify it a little bit. I acknowledge that this is an uncomfortable subject for some people, which is probably why you clicked on this video. Maybe you don't feel comfortable talking to your parents or the people in your circle about this. So, big sis, I gotcha. But I am gonna kind of talk about it, from a bit of a faith-based perspective, since this is a faith-based lifestyle channel and things like that. So, what is sex, right? I don't even know if I should be telling y'all what this is, but I'm sure you already know. If you're like watching this video, you probably already know what it is, okay? It's when two people love each other very much and like blah, blah, blah. Okay, birds and bees. But I'm going to be kind of talking about it within the confines of marriage, right? And I just want to kind of demystify. Sex is not a bad thing. I know in purity culture, like if you grew up in the church like I did, they can kind of be strict on like, abstinence only education, like just don't do it and save it until you get married kind of thing. And then you kind of get confused of like, okay, well, if it's so bad, then why are you doing it in marriage? And like, this and this. But sex is not bad, okay? God created sex. He created sex to be enjoyable. He didn't have to make it enjoyable if he didn't want to. But in the confines of marriage, it's enjoyable, it's lovely, it's beautiful, it's a form of worship, and it's, helps the world go round. Am I right? Okay. But why am I talking about it? I'm talking about it today because it's everywhere. You look at TV, almost every program has a sex scene, even if it's necessary or not. Every movie, you see it in music, you see it in romantic novels, you see it literally everywhere. And like I said, if you grew up anything like me, it probably wasn't talked about enough. I'm gonna just be honest. I was confused for a really long time about like, should I be doing it? Should I not be doing it? Like, when is it appropriate? What if I wanted to do it before marriage kind of thing, which I spoke about in my testimony video. I did have sex before marriage, but it was with, my husband, who is my now husband, rather. Or I should say my boyfriend, who is now my husband. But I was really curious about it. So I remember, 17 magazine was really big when I was in high school and middle school and things like that. So I would like look up, what is, what does it entail? And it's not like I didn't have a mom who kind of walked me through, periods and what like the actual process of it was, and, why I should kind of hold off and what comes with it, like the emotional elements and this, and this. But I just kind of, when you get in that setting around like your peers, and maybe some people are doing it and maybe some people are not doing it, and it's being like heavily talked about, like, but on the hush hush, you do start to get a little curious about it. So, and then in like 17 magazine, they would have these questionnaires like, are you ready for sex? And like, things like that. So I know for me, it was something that was kind of on the forefront of my mind. I wasn't contemplating doing it because I just didn't feel like I was ready for anything like that. But it was something that was very much in the forefront of my mind because I know that a lot of other people were doing it and they were talking about it at school. So that's kind of my story a little bit on it. And at lunchtime, I would kind of sit with my friends and we would have like this round table discussion and we would like pick a topic. So what is, I don't know how explicit I can get on YouTube. Probably not that much. Shoot, I'm not monetized. We would talk about, well, what is oral sex, or what is, like different positions and things like that. Really inappropriate stuff, if I'm honest, for the age. But if I'm also honest for the age, it's stuff that I know that a lot of young people are asking and talking about. So let this be a safe space. And I'm being very open with you guys because I know that my parents and family members watch these videos, okay? But this is what I was doing at lunch. So yeah, I would be learning about these things. I would be asking guys at my school, one of them, well, no, I would be asking guys at my school questions about their sexual experiences and like just trying to get a feel for like, what do guys even like? What, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, let me not get too deep into the weeds. But yeah. But like I said, I didn't save myself for marriage, and I wrestled a lot with this internally because of how I grew up. Because that was just, what was always pushed. It was, wait, abstain. But I kind of understand why that is. Not that I was like super young or anything. I was 18, but well, that is still kind of young, but I was 18 and I understand why that was kind of the narrative that was pushed because it was really confusing. It was really confusing. Then you have like all of these emotions involved, and now you have like this physical element involved. And then it's just, for girls, it can be not the most comfortable. And it's just something that you want to make sure that you have a certain level of comfort and a certain level of commitment and all of that stuff around. So I do see why they advised us to wait. In my personal experience, we need to not harp so much on like the actual act when we talk about like this purity culture, but also talk about, what does it mean to have a pure mind? What does it mean to have pure actions? What does it mean to approach each other in purity? People with bad intentions are real. They're out there. They take advantage, this and this. But at the end of the day, when it comes to you, just realize that you have agency over your own body, and having open and honest discussions with people that you trust is important and is recommended. This purity culture can also be a breeding ground for a bit of insecurity. I know for me specifically, even after I did get married and I was like I'm actually free to do this now, it was like, oh, like, am I actually free to do this now? Like, is it okay? Is it, should I be ashamed or like whatever? And I do just kind of want to reaffirm, like, when you get to that point and when you get to that point in marriage, like, it is a really beautiful thing. It's something that God created. And there's nothing to be ashamed about. And it can also come with a lot of outside pressure. I just feel like sex is just such a very nuanced topic, because even now, as like a 26-year-old woman with a baby, like, I still feel like I get outside pressure regarding sex. Because people are like, well, when are you going to have more kids? When are you going to, you know, do this, this, and this? And I'm like, dang, get out my bedroom. Get out of my bedroom. It's like weird. It's weird enough that I have evidence of the sex that I've had. Like, relax on me. You know what I'm saying? So even me as a 26-year-old, I'm not exempt from this conversation. I'm very much still involved in this conversation, working out like the awkwardness of it, but enjoying it. But, you know, if you're wondering if you're ready and if you're watching this video, I know that I kind of went all around, but I just kind of want to leave you with this. Take what you want from purity culture, leave maybe the negative things, but take the interacting with people from a pure place. Don't be a creep, you know, don't be weird. Don't be, you know, a sexual harasser. Don't like grab people weirdly, you know, ask for consent. And then I also want to leave you with honor yourself, honor how you're feeling. If you're feeling like you're not ready, then don't be pressured into something that you're not ready for. There is real beauty in having that commitment and, you know, having that safe space with your partner. Honor your body, honor your intuition, and then spend time asking yourself the tough questions. Like, if this were to happen, do I think I would be emotionally stable? If the answer is no, then maybe hold off. Because that is, you know, something real that happens. And then I also want to say, you're not a prude if you do wait. You're not a harlot if you don't. You're a child of God, and his grace is sufficient. Okay. Again, I'm not encouraging you to have sex, but I do want to start an open dialogue if you're watching this video. And yeah, just wanted to broach the conversation. So that's all I have to say about that for now. Yeah. If you have anything that you want to add to this conversation, please leave some comments down below. I would love to get a conversation started because, like I said, I don't think it's talked enough about appropriately. Like, we just hear it in music and on TV and like blah, blah, blah. And all of that is kind of romanticized, and it's not real. So yeah, I hope that you enjoyed this video. It was a bit of a departure from like my usual topics, but I felt like I, wanted to talk about it, especially for my younger audience. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Be sure to comment, be sure to subscribe, and turn on your post notification bell so that you are notified every time that I upload. All right. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.